So, BAXCALIBUR, this guy is Paldea's pseudo, and he's one of the mons I'm pretty excited about, so I'm going to be showing you how to use him. I'm Spike, and if you enjoy competitive Pokemon content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. It would definitely be appreciated. So, for the first set, we got a Banded set. Obviously, coming off absolutely insane 145 base attack as an Ice type, you definitely want to consider running Banded. The cool thing about this mon is that it has a very cool ability called Thermal Exchange. Now, what that does is essentially you get an attack boost when you get hit by a fire type move, and in addition to that, you cannot get burned. Like I said, as a physical dragon ice type coming off 145 base attack, this ability is an absolute godsend. On top of the attack boost, being immune to being burned and getting your attack halved is insane. The other ability you can go with is Ice Body, which gives it passive leftovers-esque recovery in the snow. Now this is really cool if you pair this mon with another mon that sets up snow, like say an Alolan Ninetales or an Abomasnow, or in this gen like a Slowbro or Slowking with the new move Chilly Reception, which sets up snow and switches out the Slowbro or the Slowking. Snow also boosts the physical defense of ice types in a similar fashion to the way sand boosts the special defense of rock types. So really, the ability you go with for this guy just comes down to not only personal preference, but the teammates you will be running him with. For the nature, you can go Adamant or Jolly. It really just depends on what you prefer, as well as any Pokemon you'd want to potentially outrun. Me personally, I'm greedy like that, so I would go max power Adamant with this guy. Standard physically offensive EVs and IVs as well. For the moves, you're going to be running Ice Shard. This is obviously going to be a hard hitting stat priority, especially coming off 145 base attack with an Adamant nature. This lets you threaten and most of the time have the advantage over faster dragon, flying, and ground types, which is very, very, very important. One cool calc I found while theory crafting is that this mon has a 62.5% chance to OHKO common Dragon Pulse from full with Ice Shard. This is absolutely fantastic considering how much of a demon Dragon Ball is, and it's crazy because demons like Banded Weavile can't even OHKO Dragon Ball from full with Ice Shard, and that, my friends, is what sets this mon apart. It's 145 base attack. The new Paradox Silence guy, aka Roaring Moon, also is not safe from this mon, as Ice Shard has a 25% chance to OHKO it from full. Not as high percentage as the Dragon Ball calc, but still really insane when you chip the Roaring. When you consider that you can literally just chip Roaring Moon and this will always threaten it from then on. Obviously stuff like Scarf Landorus and Garchomp especially will get absolutely folded by this Banded Ice Shard. Like, it's not even funny, this thing is so strong. Then obviously you'll have Icicle Crash, which does insane damage to stuff like Corviknight, which you can also flinch, by the way. Icicle Spear is a potential option, but I personally don't like it more than Crash. The next move is a new one, and this is a really interesting move. The move is called a Glaive Rush, and it's a physical 120 base power dragon type move. The catch is that on the next turn, as long as you stay in, the opposing Pokemon can't miss, and also deals double damage to your BAXCALIBUR. Now, at first, I thought this move was ass. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this shit was ass. Then I thought about it and I was like, okay, wait. So you'll be using this move a lot on faster Pokemon. And what's one thing faster Pokemon have in common? Low defense. So as long as they do not resist this move, they will get folded. Okay? They will get absolutely folded. They absolutely will get folded and not have a chance to even attack. It's actually crazy. Like, this thing is so strong. Glaive Rush, I slept on it, but I thought about it a little more, and that move is actually crazy. You will also be using this move to catch bulky switches, like say Toxapex, for example. Fizz Def Toxapex, one of the bulkiest mons in the game, gets 2 KO'd. Yeah, this move alongside Icicle Crash will 2 KO or even OHKO every defensive switch in the game, as long as they are not a resist. That's just how strong this mon is, how strong this like just entire set is. Like, this Bandit I think is gonna be my favorite set to run personally. But yeah, obviously Pex, something like a Pex can scout and go to a Steel or Fairy type, and that is exactly why you run EQ, to catch Pex. And yeah, because EQ is one of the best coverage moves in the game, and as a physical attacker it is always nice to have. This mon in particular appreciates EQ because it lets it chunk Steel type switch-ins that resist its stat moves. So Yeah, you run EQ to catch Pex and then other like steel types and stuff. It's just a move that literally hits everything but flying types, which don't want to switch into this mon, mind you. For the Terra type, I have two suggestions, being Steel and Ice. Steel, on top of being a fantastic defensive typing, gets rid of this mon's weakness to rocks, which could come in handy considering you are a non-heavy duty boots ice type. You can also revenge kill or wall something in a pinch, like a Magearna locked into Flare Cannon, and you could just go from there. Ice, on the other hand, if you are greedy like me, hits insanely hard. Like, it lets this mon hit absolutely heinous Ice Shard and Ice Go Crash numbers with an Ice Terra type. There's not much else to say there. There are definitely a lot of other options to go with the Terra type. These two I just think are ones that I'd personally run. For the next set, this one is pretty similar to the Bandit set, except you won't be locked into the choice band. I want to look at this as like a Mamo Weavile hybrid. You obviously want both Ice Shard and Crash. Now where it gets interesting is that you can run Swords Dance instead of Earthquake or Glaive Rush. Or you can run both attacking moves to complete the set. SD is obviously really good to boost your attacks to insane levels and maybe pull off some late game Ice Shard sweeps. For the last set, this one is a Dragon Dance set. Now this set I think is going to be very popular. If you run Leftovers or Ice Body on this set, you can run Protect instead of EQ to get passive lefties recovery, and also scout opposing players' mons. Now obviously, if you decide to forego EQ, you will very likely need teammates that can deal with steel types before this mon can really be effective. DD is cool, and again, I think it'll be very popular, so definitely consider it if you like Dragon Dance sweepers. Like I said, I really like this mon and think it will be very good. I got more of these coming soon with some really cool mons, so definitely feel free to subscribe if you're new and leave a like if you enjoyed. We out.